Welcome to Everyday English Stories. Today's story is called The Cat on the Roof. Once we've finished, we'll take a closer look at 6 useful words and expressions. Mia's cat, Luna, was a creature of habit, content to spend her days lounging in the garden and watching the world go by. One crisp morning, however, a bird darted past and shattered her usual calm. Instinct took over, and Luna bolted after it without a moment's hesitation. She scrambled up the garden fence and, in a burst of reckless confidence, launched herself onto the roof. The bird, naturally, vanished in an instant, leaving Luna marooned on the tiles. It was only when she glanced down that the full scale of her situation dawned on her. Paralyzed with fear, she began to wail pitifully. Mia, hearing the commotion, dashed outside in a panic. "Luna, come down this instant," she pleaded, though the cat remained rooted to the spot. At a complete loss, Mia stood there wringing her hands. It was then that her neighbor, Mr. Ellis, emerged from next door. He was a reserved, elderly man whom the neighborhood regarded as something of a recluse. "Whatever's the matter?" he asked, clocking the anguish on Mia's face. "My cat's got herself stuck up there," Mia said. "She won't budge an inch." Something in Mr. Ellis's expression shifted. "I kept cats myself, years ago," he admitted. Without another word, he vanished into his shed and reappeared with a battered old ladder. He also thought to bring along a small bowl of cat food, tucked under one arm. Methodically, he set the ladder against the wall and began his ascent. Rather than approaching Luna head-on, he held back and let her set the pace. Once within reach, he set the bowl down and waited for hunger to do the persuading. Sure enough, the smell proved too tempting to resist, and Luna's fear gradually gave way to curiosity. Inch by inch, she edged toward the food. In one fluid motion, Mr. Ellis gathered her up and tucked her securely against his chest. He descended the ladder with surprising steadiness for a man his age. Mia scooped Luna into her arms, visibly relieved. "I can't thank you enough, you saved the day." "Think nothing of it," he said, though the pride in his voice gave him away. That small act of kindness marked the beginning of a regular ritual, Mia dropped by every week from then on. Over tea, the two of them would swap stories, and Mr. Ellis's guarded manner gradually thawed. Luna, meanwhile, took to curling up on his lap as though she had always belonged there. What began as an ordinary morning crisis blossomed, unexpectedly, into genuine companionship. Now let's dive into 6 useful words from today's story. Reckless. Careless, without thinking about danger. For example, she jumped with reckless confidence. Marooned. Stranded, unable to escape a place. For example, Luna was marooned on the roof. A recluse. Someone who avoids other people and lives alone. For example, the neighborhood saw him as a recluse. To clock something. To notice something, informal. For example, he clocked the anguish on her face. To thaw. To become warmer or friendlier over time. For example, his guarded manner gradually thawed.